Well, have you had a great festival so far? Did you bust a few moves on the dance floor last night to the Black Moon Disco? Hope you boogied the night away. Don't think it's all over yet though. We've got a nice session for you today of yoga and relaxation. But that's just to build you up ready for the lip sync battle tonight. Now don't forget, we still want to receive all your pictures, all your videos of how you've celebrated and took part with us on the Tilly Friendship Festival. Hope you enjoy Lough Road Yoga.
Hello everybody, my name's Kelly and I'm from Lough Road Yoga. Welcome to my class. Today I'm going to spend 1 hour just going through some basic postures and stretches and a little bit of relaxation. You're going to need, for this class, you're going to need a mat, a strap of some sort, maybe a scarf or a belt or something like that, and possibly a cushion. So the cushion's for sitting on or putting under your head when you're lying down. Also, if you want a blanket for relaxation, then you can have a blanket. So you can press pause and get all of those things and then come back. We're going to begin in a lying down posture. So lie down on your back with your legs just maybe a few inches, a few feet apart, and then have your arms down by the side of your body with your palms facing upwards towards the ceiling and the backs of the hands on the floor. And then you just let your eyes close. So this first posture is a resting pose. We're going to rest for a couple of minutes. If this is your first time doing yoga, then you just do what you can in each of the poses. If you need to stop, you can stop easily. So please just listen to your body and let's have some fun trying out different yoga poses. So we're going to take 10 breaths. Place your hands onto the tummy. So both hands just resting around the belly button. And still keeping your eyes closed. Breathing in and see if you can make your belly gently rise up. Just like you're blowing into a balloon and the balloon is getting bigger as you inhale. And then breathing out and letting your belly relax. And breathe in again, so like blowing up that balloon in your belly. Nice and slowly though, so don't do it too quickly, and then breathe out. It's okay to breathe in and out through the mouth or the nose, whatever you find easiest. And so the third breath, breathing into the belly, that balloon gently getting bigger, and then breathe out. If you want to sigh or make a little bit of noise on the exhalation, on the breathing out, that's good because that helps you feel even more relaxed. So the fourth breath, we're going to do 10, remember? So we're on number 4. Breathing into the tummy. Tummy is getting bigger, like a balloon, and then let the air out of the balloon. So halfway then, 5. Just doing what you can as well. So if you've had enough, just rest, stay on your back, lying down. So 5th one, breathe in. And breathing out. Number 6, inhale. Breathe in, belly gets bigger. Breathe out, let your belly relax. Number 7. Breathing in and then breathe out. Number 8. Seeing if you can breathe into the middle of your body And breathing out from the middle of the body. And then we'll do 2 more. Big breath in, nice long breath out. And last one. Big breath in, and a big long breath out. So we're going to do a bit more relaxation at the end of the class. But first of all, then we'll do some warming up stretches. So start to stretch out your fingers, still lying down on your back. So we don't need to get up just yet. Stretch the fingers out, make them really long. Stretch out your toes. And then bring your arms up. So breathe in and lift your arms up. And then see if you can bring your arms back to the floor behind your head. So you're making yourself really long. Big stretch, stretch into your feet. So stretch the feet away, stretch the fingers. And then come back down again with your arms. So the arms come back down onto the floor beside your hips. And then we'll do another 2 of those. So take a big breath in and stretch your arms upwards and back. It's okay if your hands don't reach the floor, just stretch to wherever you can stretch to. Make yourself really long. And then breathing out and bring your arms back down again. And our third and final one, bring your arms up and stretch out. And bring your arms back down by the side. Bring one knee in over the belly and then bring the other knee in. So you've got both knees onto the tummy and then put your arms around the knees. And just rock yourself gently from side to one side and then the other. And make some little circles with your knees in over the tummy. So circle one way a few times and then the other way. So we're moving clockwise and anti-clockwise. And then we're going to roll onto one side, it doesn't matter which side, and bring yourself up. And then sit with either your legs crossed, one in front of the other, or legs out in front. And if you want to sit onto a cushion at this point, you can, just to help you feel a little bit more comfortable. So whichever one you want to do. And then we're going to do some movements for the neck and the wrists and hands and the feet, just to get all of our joints warmed up. So we'll do 5 of these, 5 neck stretches. Turn your head slowly to the right. So we're trying to do this really slowly. And bring your head back to the middle and then over to the left-hand side. And that's 1. And then come to the other side. Again, back to the center. Going slow. So this might be quite hard for some people to slow down, but that's a lot of what yoga is about, just to do things slowly and mindfully. Bring your head to the left. And then we have 3 more to do. Turn your head to the right. And then to the left. Back to the middle, over to the right side again. So this is the 4th round. And you might feel your neck becoming a little bit looser now. So we're trying to loosen up the muscles of the body, which can get very stiff. So on to the right side, back to the center, and on to the left. And then come back to the middle. If your legs are getting sore, if your legs are crossed and you need to stretch them out, just stretch them. Give them a shake. And then cross them again. So you can cross them the other way if you want to. And then, so we'll move on and do the wrists. Stretch your arms out in front and circle both hands and wrists a few times one way. And then a few times the other way. So try to make a big circle with your wrists. And then point the fingers up towards the ceiling, and then point the fingers down towards the floor. Point them up to the ceiling again, point them down to the floor. And last one, fingers up to the ceiling, fingers down to the floor, and then just give your wrists a shake. So we're going to stretch the legs out. Put your hands beside your body on the mat. Stretch the legs out in front. Sit up with a nice straight back, and then make some circles with the feet. So look down at your feet, and it's best to do yoga without socks on as well. So if you have socks on, you can take them off before we do any standing postures, because sometimes socks make your feet slippy. And then change the circle so you're going in the other direction. And then point your toes away and bring the toes back. So point one way, point them back the other way, and notice that nice stretch in your feet. So really good for your feet. And then just relax the legs. So our last stretch here is going to be for the shoulders. Put your two hands on top of the shoulders, and then as if you've got pencils on the end of your elbows, draw some circles with the elbows. So think about the speed at which you're doing this. Make it more like a windmill speed than a helicopter. And then change the direction. So always go for slower, especially if it's your first time doing yoga. And then hands onto the shoulders, stretch your arms away, bring the fingers back to the shoulders, stretch the hands away, fingers back to the shoulders, and one more time. Just stretch the arms and touch the shoulders, shake out the arms. So let's come round then onto our hands and knees into a pose called table pose. So just think about the shape of a table, and then your hands are directly underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. And this posture then is called hare pose. So we're going to do another one. Some of the postures in yoga are named after animals. So this one is named after the hare, which is part of the same family as rabbit. So keep your hands where they are, and then sit your hips back onto your feet. And stretch the hands away, bring your head down towards the floor. And then next time you breathe in, just think about the breathing that we did at the start of the class and the balloon breathing. If you can imagine breathing into your back, as if you're trying to blow up a balloon in the back. And then breathe out as if you're letting the balloon empty. And so just do that one a few more times, breathing into your back. And see if you can breathe into the whole of the back, just not one part, but the whole back. Nice big inhalation, breathing in, and then relax everything as you breathe out. And then we're going to come up onto hands and knees again into table pose. And this one here is called cat pose. So cat pose is really good for our backs, our spine. And so just let your spine relax downwards towards the floor. So let your tummy relax, let the chest relax, but keep your arms and legs in the same place and look forward. So gaze, take your eyes and look forwards. And then opposite of that, we're going to arch the spine up towards the ceiling and look down towards the floor. Arms and legs don't really move, it's just the spine. And then let's do another 4 of these. So let your tummy drop down. So think about your spine arching downwards, the whole of the spine up to the back of the head, and then arch your spine upwards. And let your head drop down as well when you arch up. And third one, let your tummy and your spine drop down. Just let your head go forward, look forward, and round your spine up, then arch like an angry cat. So that's where it gets its name from. Angry cat. And then two more, so round downwards and round up and round downwards again. So last one, straight arms. Don't let your arms bend as you do this. Sometimes people do, and then you round upwards. Come back to table. And then lie down onto your back. So if you have a belt or a strap or some sort of scarf, something, just a piece of material or something to put around your foot. So put your 2 feet onto the floor, onto the mat, and then stretch your right leg up. So keep the right leg straight and put the belt or the strap around your right foot. And then hold both sides of the belt or strap with one hand. So one hand, left hand holds one side, right hand holds the other, and then pull your hands down and stretch and straighten that right leg as much as you can. And don't hold on to your breath. So sometimes it's quite tight when you do this for the first time. So just take some nice deep breaths. Let your face muscles be very relaxed. So don't scrunch up your face, don't become worried or annoyed looking or tense. Just keep everything really relaxed. So we'll hold this for just a little bit longer, because the longer you hold a stretch in yoga, the better it is for your muscles. And then what we're going to do is take the left leg, so take your other leg. And don't worry if you don't do left and right side, it really doesn't matter. So just take the other leg up and put your other foot down onto the floor. Keep that knee bent. So one leg is straight, the other leg is bent. So as I said, don't worry if you don't remember to do the right side first and the left side second. It doesn't matter, because we do both sides. As long as you do both, it's fine. Stretch your left leg. Breathe in nice and deeply. Remember to keep your face relaxed, so don't tense it up. Don't look cross, just look happy or relaxed. Hold it for a little bit longer. And then we'll take the belt away. Stretch out your 2 legs onto the floor, so lie flat again like we did at the start of the class. And then we're going to roll onto our tummy and come up onto hands and knees again into table pose. So this posture we're going to do is called downward dog. So let's just tuck our toes under. So try to get the toes underneath, and then press into your hands and lift your hips up. So you're coming into an upside down V shape. And then just bend one knee and then the other knee one at a time. So this is called walking the dog. So bend one knee, straighten the other leg, bend the other knee, straighten that opposite leg, and continue doing that just to stretch out your whole body. So you've got all of the weight into your hands, pushing the floor away. So it takes you to be strong to do this pose. And it's really good for helping to build strength as well. So if you're into feeling strong, then yoga's great for that. And then see if you can get your heels to go down towards the mat. And look back. So just think about what your head is doing in this pose. If you're looking forwards, you're straining your neck a little bit. So look back between your feet. Let your head be really heavy. And then we're going to walk our hands and feet together. So come into a standing pose. So feet on the floor, put your hands near your feet, and then bring yourself up to standing. Come up slowly. Stand with the feet together, arms down by the side, looking straight ahead. So this is called mountain pose. It's the beginning of all of the standing postures. You're in mountain pose. Hands by the side. Relax your shoulders. Look forward, feet together. So then we're going to do a posture called Warrior Two pose. Another really good pose for strength. To do Warrior Two pose, you put your hands onto the hips and step your feet out wide. So you have to be standing sideways on the mat. And then turn your right foot out so that it's pointing towards the short side of your mat. And then bring your two arms up so the palms are facing downwards and your hands are level with the shoulders. Look over your right hand. And if you're not sure about right and left, if you get those mixed up easily, then just look over one hand, it doesn't matter, but bend the same knee. So if you're looking over the right hand, bend the right knee. If you're looking over the opposite hand, bend the same knee as the hand that's out and you're looking over it. And then we're going to hold this for a little while. So don't let your back arm drop. So this happens a lot at the start. Your arms are up, but the back one, and you're looking over one hand, but your back hand starts to drift down a little bit. So keep that arm up. See how long you can hold the hands up for, and keeping the knee bent. And don't hold your breath. So that's another really important thing in yoga. Don't hold the breath. And then we're going to let the arms come down by the side and straighten that leg. Turn the feet the opposite way. So turn the left foot out if you were doing it on the right, or whatever leg you did, then just do the opposite leg. And bring your two arms up again. Look over the other hand and bend the same knee. And then just don't let your back arm drift down, and reach and keep your arms up straight. So hands are no higher or lower than the shoulders, and your legs are working really strongly here to support you and to stop you from falling or losing your balance. And then the most important thing is to keep your breathing going, so don't hold the breath. And this is the Warrior Two pose. So there's about 5 warrior poses. We're going to do another one shortly, but this one is Warrior Two, and really good strong pose. So if you want to feel strong, then do Warrior Two. Okay, so let's have the hands down then, and just keep your feet where they are. Keep your legs where they are. Turn your feet so that they're facing forwards. And then we're going to do a posture called triangle pose. So this is in the shape of the triangle. So we don't bend the knees this time, we keep the legs straight. So turn your foot out again, the same foot that you started with on Warrior Two. Bring your arms up so that they're level with the shoulders again, and stretch. And then bring that arm down and put the hand onto the leg. Bring the other arm up towards the ceiling. And just stretch. Breathe here. Don't forget to breathe. Stretch your hand. Top hand stretches up. Bottom hand stretches down. Both legs stay straight. Triangle pose. You can look down towards the floor. You can look to the side. Or you can turn your head and look up to your top hand. That's the hardest one. So don't feel like you have to do that today. And then what we're going to do is just come up, bring your hands down by the side, and turn the feet the opposite way. So the other leg turns out. The other toes are pointing towards the short side of your mat. And then your arms come up. And then bring your left hand over, or the opposite hand down onto the leg, and bring the other arm up. So it's in 12 o'clock position. So think about the hand on the clock reaching up to the top, and then that's what your arm is going to do. So reach into your fingers of both arms and both hands. Remember to breathe, so don't forget to keep breathing. Looking down at the floor, look forward, look up. Just whatever one feels easiest for you to do. And then come up to standing and come back into mountain pose again. So step the feet together and bring the arms down by the side. Stand in mountain posture. So I'm going to show you how to do Warrior One pose. So this is also a pose that gives you lots of strength. This time you stand in mountain pose, but facing the shorter side of your mat. And then you bring one leg back behind you and the other leg forward. Your two arms go up beside the ears, so stretch upwards with your arms, and then bend the knee of the leg that's out in front. So Warrior One. You can look straight ahead, or you can look up towards the ceiling if that's comfortable. And hold here and breathe. So your legs are working really strongly and you're reaching up into your hands, trying to make yourself as strong as possible. And then bring your arms down by the side and switch legs. So the leg that's behind you now goes in front and the leg that's in front goes behind. Bring your arms up and then bend the front knee. Don't let your back heel come up. So if you feel like it's lifting, then push the heel down. And then just hold and breathe and look forward or look upwards. So where we look is important in yoga. Most postures have a place that you have to look at, and it's usually straight ahead or up or sometimes down. But then it keeps your mind here in the moment, so that's really important that you're not thinking about everything else. You're just focused. And then bring your arms down by the side. Step the 2 feet together into mountain pose again. Just stand in mountain pose. Press your feet into your mat. Relax your shoulders. Breathe in deeply. So take a few breaths, breathing in, breathing out. And then we're going to do a balancing posture now called tree pose. So some people might need a bit of wall behind them to do this. So if your balance isn't good in the pose, you can change and go to the wall. So try it anyway, and then if you need to move, then move, that's fine. So stand with your 2 feet together, and then put the sole of one foot onto the inside of the opposite leg. So you keep one leg straight, standing on that leg, and then you put the foot of the other leg on the inside. And then bring your arms up beside the ears. So this is where the balance can get a little bit tricky, and if you need to move to the wall, then move and have something behind you just for the first time or so. Keep the knee out, so open it like a book. Knee open. And then we're going to come out of it, so put your foot down onto the floor. And change to the other leg. So one leg is straight, the opposite, you bend the knee and put the foot onto the inside of the leg. Get your balance. When you've got your balance, bring your arms up and then find something to look at. Get your gaze standing as still as a tree. Although sometimes trees do move a little bit in the wind, so it's fine if you wobble a bit, but try not to wobble too much. And then let's bring the hands down and put your foot 2 feet onto the floor again, back into mountain pose. So we're going to do one more standing posture, which is just a standing forward bend. So have your feet a little bit apart, not as close together as you are in mountain pose. And then bring your arms up towards the ceiling. So stretch your arms right up, like we did on the floor. And then bring your arms forward and then bring them down. See if you can get them onto the legs or onto the floor. If you feel a bit tight on the backs of your legs or on the back, bend your knees a little bit. And then just let your head relax downwards. So even bringing the chin towards your chest. So if it's too strong, you can come up a little bit, or if you find it easy, you can go a little bit deeper. But don't step your legs out wide. Keep the legs close together, just a little bit apart with the feet. When you bring your feet out wide, it's in a different posture. Move side to side as well a little bit, just to ease out your muscles. So swaying side to side. And then slowly bring yourself up, bit by bit. Come up slowly, don't rush to get up. And you're back up to standing. So we're going to lie down onto the back. Come down onto the floor. And we'll do some work on the floor then on the mat. So we've got some postures to do on our back, and then we've some to do on our tummy. So this one is called bridge pose. You have the knees bent and feet onto your mat, hands by the side. And then really slowly start to lift your hips up off the mat, and then lift your back up, and then lift up the upper back up to your shoulders. So you're lifting up like a bridge. And then set the body back down again. Remember to do it all really slowly, and then we'll do some more of these. So lift your hips up. Lift the hips up off the floor. Lift the back up off the floor. Lift the whole back up. Keep your shoulders down on the mat. And then roll back down again. And then another one. So lift the hips up. Lift the spine up. Lift your back up. Roll up to as much as you can roll up. And then roll all the way back down again. We'll do 2 more of these. Roll upwards with your hips, your back, lifting your whole back off the floor. And then roll back down again. And then our final one, rolling up. So lift up the hips, lift your back, lift the whole back up, stretch, and then come down. Bring your spine down bit by bit and pull your knees in over the tummy again like we did at the start, and just rock yourself side to side. Set your feet back down onto the floor. So this time we're going to do a twist. Let your arms stretch out at the side of your body. So the arms are maybe going to be at the same length or width as your shoulders. And then bring your knees over to the right side or one side. So bring both knees over to one side. Doesn't matter which side. Turn your head the other way. And then bring your knees back, head back, and turn your head the opposite way and knees over to the other side. And then we'll do the same again. So twist to the other side again. Let your head just go to one side. And bring your knees back to the middle and over to the opposite side and turn your head away. And then come back to the center, come back to the middle. So let's turn onto our tummy. We're going to lie on the tummy and put the hands beside the shoulders. So this posture we're going to do is called Cobra pose. Keep your legs together in Cobra, stretch the legs back, so walk your feet back a little bit, and then push into your hands and lift your chest and your spine up off the mat. Keep your elbows bent, so don't fully straighten your arms, just lift your chest up, lift the spine, lengthen, and then come back down again. And then we'll do another 2 of those. So push into your hands, lift up your chest, lift up the spine, relax your shoulders, and then back down again towards the mat. So that's our second Cobra, and then our third Cobra pose, push up again. So remember, don't straighten your arms, even if you can, just keep your elbows bent and stretch your legs back and then come down. Stretch your 2 arms out in front. So we're going to do a posture now called locust pose. So as I mentioned at the start, a lot of the postures are animal names, or insect in this case. So locust pose then, what we do to do locust is just lift your arms up and lift your legs up at the same time. So you're trying to make like a bowl shape with your body. So lift your 2 arms up and your legs, and then bring your arms and legs down slowly. And then we'll do another couple of these as well. So it's always good to do a few to try them out. Lift up your arms and lift up your legs. See if you can lift them a little bit higher and stretch a little bit further. And then bring your arms down. And last one, and the legs as well. So bring your legs and arms up. Keep yourself very long, so stretch as long as you can, lift a little bit higher, and then come down. And put your hands onto the floor and push yourself up and come into a seated position. So our next posture is called butterfly pose. In butterfly then you might want to sit onto a cushion again to make it more comfortable. And then bring your feet together, so join the soles of your feet, and the knees go out to the side. Put your hands onto the legs, and then just move your knees up and down. So butterfly pose is really good for your hips. So knees up and down a few more times. And then we're going to do the butterfly pose, keeping it still. So hands onto your legs, and then come forward a little bit with your upper body, with your spine and your chest, leaning forward gently, and let your knees drop down a bit to the floor. It's important not to strain in butterfly, so you don't want to go too deeply too quickly. And then nice and slowly come back up. Just put your hands behind your back and stretch your legs out in front. So if you have a belt, we're going to do a forward bend. If you have a belt, you might want to put it around your feet. So see if you can touch your toes with your hands. Some people will be able to do this really easily, others will find it quite hard. So just whatever you think, lean forward, and if you need the belt then, put the belt around your feet. So we're going to sit up nice and tall with the back straight, and then Bring your hands down the legs, hold on to the belt or hold on to your feet. So this is the forward bend over two legs. Don't let your spine become really rounded. Keep your spine as straight as you can. And then slowly let go of your feet or the belt and then sit up straight again. So we're going to do one with the leg bent. Keep one leg straight and bend the other leg. Put the foot on the inside. And then the same thing here, we'll lean forward. So this is called the head to knee pose. Hold onto your foot, onto your belt, and then just stretch your body forward over the straight leg. Some people won't be able to get their head onto the knee, but for most people it takes a long time to do that. So just see how you feel in the pose. You don't have to go very deep into it. You can carry on holding to your belt and sitting up tall and let that knee soften out to the side. And then come up and we'll change legs. Stretch out the leg that was bent, bend the leg that was straight. And then your belt over the foot or hold on to the foot. Come into the forward bend. Remember, don't strain your back, so keep your back feeling very relaxed and straight, because it is possible to hurt yourself in yoga if you do too much too quickly. And slowly release. Stretch out your two legs in front. Give them a shake. So we're going to do a little bit of twisting and side bending for the spine here. Have your legs out, still sitting on the cushion if you want, or cross your legs. So this is the easy cross position. And then your two hands down at the side of the hips. Bring one arm up beside the ear and lean over with that arm. Bend the opposite elbow if you want to go a little bit lower. And then coming back again. And bring the other arm up beside the head and ear and then lean over to the opposite side. We'll do one more of those on each side. So hand out, lift up the first arm, the one that you did at the start. And then lift up the opposite arm. And then put your two hands down. If you have your legs crossed, just take the legs out, shake them, and recross them, if possible, with the opposite leg in front. So we're going to then twist to one side, put one hand behind, the other hand on the knee, and then twist round to the side. Really nice just to stretch your spine. Keep your spine long, so keep your back straight. And then we'll come back to the middle and go to the other side. So put the other hand behind, hand on the knee, and then twist. Back to the middle and forward bend. Bring your arms out in front. Stretch the arms away. and then walk your hands back. So shake out the legs again. We're going to do a pose now called boat pose, which is really good for strengthening our backs and our stomach muscles. So sit with your legs out in front and then put the feet onto the floor, bend the knees, put your hands behind the legs, roll back a little bit so your feet come up off the floor or off the mat, and then make sure your back is really straight. Lift your feet up so that they're the same height as your knees, and then let go with your arms. Reach the fingers away and hold here. So don't fall back. If you feel like you have to come out of it, go forward so you don't hurt yourself. And then bring your legs down. Just take a few breaths because we're going to do another one of those. They're really good for your strength in the stomach. So this one is boat. Same thing, lean back, hands behind the legs, straighten your spine, lift up the feet, put the feet then same level as your knees, and then get your balance and reach forward with your arms. Hold and make sure you're still breathing comfortably, so don't hold your breath. And then come down, put your feet down onto the floor and roll round so that you're on your hands and knees again. And then this time we're going to do a pose called child's pose. So you put your hips on, sit back onto your feet, bring your head down onto the floor, and then put your hands down beside your feet. So this is the child's posture, and we'll stay here just for a little minute and breathe nice and deeply. If you don't feel very comfortable in this pose, then stretch your arms out in front. Instead, into hare pose. So the hands are on the mat and you're stretching the arms away. So this is also an option to just rest here for a few breaths. And then we're going to do a pose called crocodile pose. So this one you lie on your tummy. So come up and then lie down flat on your belly. Put one hand on top of the other and then rest your head onto the hands. Let your feet go out wide towards the edge of your mat. And then breathing into your belly. So belly breathing, like the balloon blowing up into the tummy. And then let the balloon relax as you breathe out. So come up then onto your hands and knees again. So slowly coming into tabletop position with your hands under the shoulders and your knees under the hips. And then we're going to stretch one arm out in front and then the other leg out behind. So this is a cat, but it's called a balancing cat or flying cat as well. So one arm is out and then the other leg. So make sure you're not doing it on the same side. And then we'll bring the hand and the knee back down again and switch sides. So switch so that your opposite arm and opposite leg are stretched away from each other. And then change again. So bring your hand and knee down and change so that we're back to the first side again. Stretch. And then switch so that you're stretching the second side. And then bring your hand and knee down. So we've only just got a few more poses to do, and then we're going to lie down. So this one is called the lunge. So you're on your hands and knees, and then bring one foot forward so that it's out in front and the front knee is bent. And then bring your two arms up beside the head and stretch upwards. And this is called the lunge, or crescent lunge as well, like the crescent moon. So stretch up, look forwards, look upwards, and then switch to the other side. So bring the arms down and then switch legs. So bring the other leg in front and that other one back, and then bring your arms up and stretch upwards. And arms come down. And bring yourself back down to sitting again. So you can do this with your legs out, or you can kneel onto your feet or stretch and cross your legs. So we start with, this is a little bit of movement, and then we're going to do relaxation. So start with the hands together. And then bring your arms out to the side and up over the head. You join the hands together above the head and then bring them down towards the heart again. So start at the heart and then bring your arms out. Sweep them up, really nice big stretch. Hands go together and then you bring the hands down. And open up the arms out. So palms join above the head and then you bring them down towards your heart. And we'll do a few more. Nice big stretch out and bring your arms up. And then hands come down. And last one. Stretch. And then bring your hands down. So we're going to lie down onto our backs and do some relaxation. If you want to get a blanket for this point and also a pillow, you could put a pillow behind your head or a pillow behind your knees and blanket over your body. And then close your eyes. So it's all about rest. And I'm going to talk throughout the relaxation here. So you can listen, or if you do drift off into sleep, that's okay as well. But it's all about letting yourself rest and let yourself relax. Not just your body, but let your mind relax as well. So sometimes we have a lot of thoughts during the day and they can get on our nerves, they can irritate, can make us annoyed. So it's really nice just to have a little bit of a break from these annoying, irritating thoughts. But firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of stretch and tense and release, and then let the body begin to relax first. So we'll start with the head and the face. Just scrunch up all the muscles of your face as much as you can, and then let them relax. And you just feel quite nice after doing that. And then do the same with the shoulders. Scrunch the shoulders up towards the ears, and then just let them drop. And you don't have to get up to do this. You can do it lying down. Make fist tight, as tight as you can, and then just let your fist relax. And tighten the muscles of your legs. So the whole legs, just squeeze the muscles really, really tight. And then let them go. Last one, squeeze the toes into the feet. really tight, and then just let them go. Your whole body feels relaxed. So just think about your right hand and the thumb. And as I say, the different parts of your body, you just think about the part of the body, but you don't need to move it. So you just think. Your mind is going to travel, but your body will stay still. So think about your right hand and your thumb and the second finger, the third, fourth, and fifth finger. And then the palm of your hand, your wrist, so this is still on the right side, your forearm, elbow, the upper arm, your shoulder, the right side of your rib cage, the right side of your waist and tummy, the right side of your hip, the right leg, the top of the leg, the knee, the lower part of the leg, the foot, top of the foot, bottom of the foot, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. So your whole right side feels floppy. And don't worry again if you're doing it on a different side, it's fine, as we'll do both sides. And then go over to the other side of the body. Think about the other thumb, the opposite thumb, the first finger, or the second finger, third, fourth, and fifth. The palm of the hand, the back of your hand, the wrist, the lower part of your arm, the elbow, upper arm, shoulder, the rib cage, the tummy and waist, the hip, upper leg, knee, lower leg, the foot, top of the foot, bottom of the foot, the big toe, the little toe, and all the toes in between. The whole of that side of the body, and then both sides of the body relax and feel really heavy. And then onto your face. So think about your face. Relax the forehead, your eyebrows, both eyes, the cheeks, your nose, ears, the lips, the whole of the face and head, the neck, your whole body. So let your whole body rest. Letting yourself stay still. Just for a little bit longer. Maybe just drifting, feeling like you're about to go to sleep, that nice feeling where you've got no cares and no worries. And you just feel happy. So then we're going to bring the class to an end very soon. But just notice how you feel. So how does your body feel? How does your mind feel? Did you like the class? What did you like? What did you not like? So it's okay to not like things as well. Maybe some things you need to work on. Maybe you need to get stronger in the tummy or stronger in the arms. That's okay. This is just the first class and it's an introduction. So start to wiggle and stretch out your fingers again and stretch and wiggle the toes. And then breathing in as if to wake yourself up. Big breaths. And then stretch your arms back behind again and stretch out really strongly and make your body really long on the floor. Like you do maybe in the mornings when you get up, you have a big stretch. And then you bring your knees in again, hug them in. And what we're going to do is, if you can roll up and down the mat a little bit just to wake up. So hands behind your knees and rock yourself up, and then rock back and rock up again and rock back down. Or if this isn't for you, then you can just come to your side and come up to sitting. And then when you rock up again, come round, sit, so whatever comfortable position, bring the hands into the chest. So this is the way that yoga classes are ended. We put the hands together and then we say a word that is namaste. So let's just say it together. Bring the head down to your hands. Namaste. So thank you so much for doing my class. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you are now interested and want to do more yoga. So that would be great. And thank you. I hope to see you again.